Hari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Jaya Girivaradhari. Jaya Girivaradhari. Yashodanandana Vrajajana Ranjana. Yashodanandana Vrajajana Ranjana. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Radhe. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Ram Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopala Jaya Jaya Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya Tagore Haribo Haribo Haribol Haribol Tagore Jayam Vishnupad Paramahansa Paribhajakacharya Ashtottara Sata Sri Srimad His Divine Grace Abhay Charanaravinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki ISKCON founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada ki Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki Prem se kaho Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki Srila Prabhupada ki Prabhupada Anuga ki Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda ki Nitai Gaura Premanande All glories to simple devotees, all glories to simple devotees, all glories to simple devotees, all glories to Shri Shri Guru and Gauranga. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udirayet. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 5, Chapter 18, Text 20. Savai pati syad akuto bayhasvayam samantatah pati bhayurtaram janam sa eka evetaratha mitho bhayam naivat malabhat adhimanyate param. Displayed? Please read. Savai pati syad akuto bhayasvayam Samantatah pati bhayaturam janam. स एक एवेतरथामितो भयम् नैवात्मलाभात् अधिमन्यते परम् स वै पथि स्यात् अकुतो भयस्वयम् समन्ततः पाति भयातुरं जनम् स एक एवेतरथामितो भयम् नैवात्मलाभात् अधिमन्यते परम् स वै पतिः स्यात् अकुतो भयस्वयम् समन्ततः पाति भयातुरं जनम् स एक एवेतरथामितो भयम् नैवात्मलाभात् अधिमन्यते परम् Mataji's. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki, he alone who is never afraid, but who, on the contrary, gives complete shelter to all fearful persons, can actually become a husband and protector. Therefore, my Lord, you are the only husband, and no one else can claim this position. If you were not the only husband, you would be afraid of others. Therefore, persons learned in all Vedic literature accept only your lordship as everyone's master. They think no one else a better husband and protector than you. Purport. Here the meaning of husband or guardian is clearly explained. People want to become a husband, a guardian, a governor or a political leader without knowing the actual meaning of such a superior position. There are many people all over the world, indeed throughout the universe, who claim for some time that they are husbands, political leaders or guardians, but in due course of time the Supreme Lord desires their removal from their posts. and their careers are immediately finished. Therefore, those who are actually learned and advanced in spiritual life do not accept any leader, husband, or maintainer other than the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Lord Krishna personally states in Bhagavad Gita, Aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami. I shall deliver you from all sinful reactions. Krishna is not afraid of anyone. On the contrary, everyone is afraid of Krishna. Therefore, he can actually give protection to a subordinate living entity. Since so-called leaders or dictators are completely under the control of material nature, they can never give complete protection to others, although they claim this ability due to false prestige. Nate viduhu swartha gatim hi vishnum. People do not know that real advancement in life consists of accepting the Supreme Personality of Godhead as one's master, instead of deceiving themselves and others by pretending to be all-powerful. All political leaders, husbands and guardians should spread the Krishna consciousness movement so that everyone can learn how to surrender to Krishna, the Supreme Husband. Om Tat Sat. Om Ajnana Timirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guruho Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavamsya Shri Rupam Sagra Jatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakan Vitamscha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nitanamane Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shrivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Ram Hare Hare. This could be a very wonderful verse, also a very controversial verse from the Bhagavatam, because it encourages all ladies to say, I don't want to get married, I am getting married to the Supreme Lord, He is the only husband, stated here in the Bhagavat. Andal also did that, so I am following in the path. Mirabai also did that, so I am following in the path. What's wrong? So, people are very quick to pick out and accept any special instruction, but generally they reject the common instruction, the regular common instruction for everybody. Why it is so is because they have a very bad experience with the common instruction. And they give them a chance to go through another chink and a hole, and they will be happy to go through that and escape this. Right now, I know that many people, either men or women, they find it very difficult to do anything of responsibility in the Varnashrama system. Because in Kali Yuga, your capacity to bear a burden of duty becomes very minimized. And it's a bit difficult to take any type of responsibility. But for conditioned souls, there is a format, and that format normally is followed. And that is culture, Varnashrama culture. And that ultimately, gradually leads you to perfection, to love of Godhead. But even that becomes very difficult in Kali Yuga. So the Supreme Lord has appeared as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he has made it even more easy. Why? Because Varnashrama is difficult to follow, but if it is followed, it is very good. And it takes time in this situation in Kali Yuga to instruct people to come to that level of understanding of culture and knowledge and practice, everything. So, here it is mentioned very clearly. The argument is that you may talk to me about Varnashrama, but the goal of life is to achieve you. And if I can directly achieve you, why should I follow anything? It's necessary for me to follow. If you're able to do that, if you're able to fix your mind on Krishna, because in the 12th chapter, Krishna says, if you're not able to fix your mind on me, then you can do this. Mayyeva mana adhatsva, mayi buddhim niveshaya, nivasishyasi mayyeva, ata urdhvam na samshayah, ata chittam samadhatum na saknoshi mayi stiram, abhyasena yogatato mam ichhaptum dhananjaya. Krishna is saying, fixing your mind on me is the best. If you're not able to do it, which most probably is the case, mayi stiram, continuously fix it where you're not able to, then you can do this bhakti yoga you can follow and the sadhana you can follow. If you cannot do that also, then you can follow like this. But the best is to be able to fix your mind on Krishna. That is not at all easy in Kali Yuga. Therefore, you must follow the Varnashrama. Normally, here is very special. Lakshmi Devi, I think, is speaking, isn't it? Huh? I think it's Lakshmi Devi speaking. Does it say? Yeah, I think so. It is from the residence of Jambudweep. So, you are my only husband. Now, the meaning of this is not simply in terms of husband, wife, grahastha life and all that. It's a greater meaning to it. What is the meaning of husband? What is the meaning of protector? Why does the lady accept a husband? Why does she enter into a vivaha samskara? Because ladies need that shelter. They should remain sheltered under some man. It's a duty of the man to provide shelter to the wife. Security and shelter. That is the most important thing. Everything else is secondary. When a wife feels that the husband is not protecting me, not giving me the security that I need, then everything goes haywire. Security provision is needed. So here that is what is being spoken about. He's saying, the gopis also say this. Pati sutan vaya bhratir bhandavan ati vilangyate achyuta gataha. He gave up our husband, Pati Suta, our children, Bhratir Bandhavan, our relatives and close associates. Bhratir means siblings. Bandhavan means close bandhus, relatives, friends. All to come to you under your call. Who cares about husbands and all that? That and all is very secondary duty. You are the person who has called us. And that's it. There's no necessity to worry about anything else. You are the ultimate protector. You are the person who really gives shelter to everybody, including my husband. So why should I bother about that? So we have come here, Pati Sutan Vaya Bhratir Bandhavan Ati Vilangyate Achyuta Gataha. Gatividas Tavod Gita is mentioned that we have given up the shelter and come to you. Then in another place also it is mentioned that what is the use of those husbands, what they can do? That is in the Leela of the Brahmin's wives. Krishna and Balarama send their cowherd men to ask for some food to eat, and they don't give it. Then Krishna says, I thought so, you go to their wives, they are my devotees, they'll give you anything. And they go there and they give everything, they bring everything here to see Krishna. And then Krishna tells them, no, thank you very much, now you go back. That time they say, what is the use of these husbands for us? It's not the goal of life. It's not the goal of life. Goal of life is you. You are pleased with us, we have met you. Finished. No. He said, no, you must go back. They should do the yajna. It's a very important factor. Krishna pushes them back to go back and they listen to Krishna. Because Krishna has said they go back. It's not because they like to be in that position, but because we want to please Krishna, they went back. They went back. But they were always thinking of Krishna. So the husbands, when they saw them, they realized that we made a very big mistake not taking the shelter of Krishna. We just became Vedavada Rataha Partha Na Anyad Astiti Vadinaha. Jagannath Baladev Subhadramai ki. We became just persons who were unable to take the shelter of Krishna, being carried away by karma and all that. But look at them. They so easily took the shelter of Krishna. So they started saying, to hell with our Vedas, to hell with our chanting, to hell with our yajna and sacrifices. I want to be like this. We should be like simple surrender to Krishna. We should be able to do. So these instances in the Leela of Krishna show something else. Prabhupada explains that the creation is like that. There is only one Purusha. Ekali Ishvara Krishna Arasabha Bhritya. There is only one supreme enjoyer. He is the only Purusha. Everybody else is Prakriti. Everybody else is enjoyed. So what is this feminine gender and so much of talk about equality, that, this and all that? What is the philosophy behind? Krishna is the only Purusha. Everybody else is female. That's first thing to understand. He is the only Purusha. Everybody else is, is subordinately to be enjoyed. Everything is for Krishna's enjoyment. This philosophy is very difficult for people to understand and adopt, because in this world, I am the only enjoyer I want to be. That's the whole program of everybody. Aham Ishwaro, Aham Bhogi, Balavan Sukhi. In the 16th chapter you can see demoniac civilization, where everybody is being pushed up, trained and egged to become an enjoyer individually. Means imitate God. And it is a failed project from the beginning only. From first phase itself it is failed. You don't know. It is destined to fail. Because anyway you will die in the end. That's what Prabhupada is saying. Everybody is finished by the operation of the Lord. Already decided this project will die because you will die. Because you will die. Somehow that doesn't register in people's head. That doesn't matter that we will something I will do. But you will die. It is a very important factor. So I can't do anything because I will die. First I must understand why I will die. That should be the real project of life. But they don't understand that. So Krishna is by default the only Purusha. That is why the Lord also has from his energies, from Hladini Shakti, Radharani manifest for his enjoyment. For his enjoyment. And all Radharani thinks is how to make Krishna happy. That's all. Whole program is only that. If I have to die to make Krishna happy, let it be so. That's all my whole business is. If I have to die to make Krishna happy, let him be happy. This is a program of Radharani and all the gopis. That's why they are exalted devotees. Because Krishna gets maximum enjoyment out of being with Radharani. She knows how to keep him happy. That is the creation. So the creation is, feminine means enjoyed by Krishna. That's the definition. Feminine means enjoyed by Krishna. Purusha means only Krishna. Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. But in the Bhagavad Gita you will say the living entity is called also Purusha. Purusha Prakriti Stohi Bhunkte Prakritijan Gunan Karanam Gunasangasya Sadasad Yoni Janmushu. Why he is called Purusha? Karanam Gunasangasya. Because of the gunas and the material situation he is stuck in, he thinks he is Purusha. It doesn't say he is also Purusha. That fellow who is trying to enjoy, that Purusha, that's how it talks. Purusha Prakriti Stohi. Because Purusha can never be Prakriti situated. Purusha is above Prakriti. Maya Dakshena Prakriti Suyate Tacharacharam. I am the controller of Prakriti. But here Purusha is Prakriti Stohi. So he is not really the real Purusha. He thinks he is, but he is situated inside my Prakriti. So how can he be Purusha? But it's okay, he wants to enjoy. So therefore I give him credit. He is superior Prakriti. Apareyam itastuvanyam Prakritim viddhime param. He is para Prakriti. He is definitely better than ordinary Prakriti. Because he wants to enjoy. He does not know how to enjoy. So the material world is a place where you have false Purusha. That false Purusha marries a female in the female body who also wants to be a Purusha because she also wants to enjoy. All the living entities want to enjoy. Whether they are in the female body or not, they are all originally female because they are all Prakriti. But everybody wants to be Purusha, want to enjoy. So although in a female body, that Atma also wants to be Purusha. But my Purusha enjoyment comes only when I am subdued and under the control of this so-called Purusha. This so-called Purusha. Then only he will give me the necessary security and enjoyment. If he doesn't give me security, I cannot enjoy. For me, security is more. So if you be submissive to me, I can enjoy better. I'll protect you. That's a pact. It's a material pact. So Prabhupada explains that enjoyed and the enjoyer. He explains that concept. So feminine means enjoyed. In the material world, it is like that, so people don't like it. How can you say that? Male, female, same and all that. But you're not same materially. You're not same. The smart female will be the one that I accepted because I want to enjoy. Because only if I accept, I can actually be in the enjoying position. But so-called people who want to create an artificial understanding and equality, they go ahead and do certain types of things. But finally what happens is the female doesn't get what she wants. Neither does she get security, nor does she get enjoyment. In the so-called empowerment basis, they get cheated of their enjoyment, their peace, of their security. Because what's happening is, women get economically empowered, but their womanhood gets disempowered in the process. Womanhood empowerment is what is projected in the Vedic culture. Because then she will be secure, plus be happy, plus do a very important role in the sociology in Varnashrama. As a mother, as a wife, as a powerful influencer. When womanhood is secured and empowered, society runs very nicely. Because the woman becomes the center, fulcrum of many relationships, which are very powerfully based with the children. The son needs the mother. The daughter needs the mother. The husband needs the mother, the wife. The parents need the daughter. It's a wonderful, nice, dynamic balance. And the woman plays a very important social role. And if a woman does that with good knowledge, she will know how important she is. She occupies a very important role because of her womanhood. Because of her womanhood. So, when a woman remains dependent on the male, It's very good for her, for society, for the male, and for everybody together. And she knows it. Man means will be like this, woman means will be like this. My shortcoming, your shortcoming, both is known to each other. And they live a cultured life because their life is based on satisfying the real Purusha. Om Tad Vishnu Paramam Padam Sada Pashyanti Suraya Diviva Chakshur Atatam Tad Vipraso Vipinyavo Jagruvagum Sasamindate Vishnuryat Paramam Padam. Both of us together, while looking after our material needs and our so-called situation, we will really be envisioning how to serve the Supreme Purusha. Although we are doing our little Purusha project also, we will do the main project of life to serve that Supreme Purusha. In this way, we will be very good husband and wife. I'll be what I'm supposed to be, and I won't get involved in my material comparison with your wife, because my aim is fixed at satisfying the Supreme Purusha. Whatever I need to do for you, I'll do. So in this way, each one renders the duty to each other in a very detached way, because my mind is fixed on the Supreme Purusha. So when the husband and wife are devotees of the Lord, they understand this very nicely. Philosophy explained in the Bhagavad Gita and in the Bhagavatam. They become mutually very nicely serving each other. Become very mature relationship. With the philosophy of Krishna consciousness, the husband and wife can have a very mature relationship. They can become very highly Krishna conscious if they only understand and don't dwell on the inequalities or don't dwell on the differences, but dwell on the uniting factor of Krishna consciousness. Both of us, we serve the Supreme Purusha. There's no difference actually. I am just in a female's body, you are in a male's body. Both of us are equal. When we come to serve the Supreme Lord, both of us are equal. But each of us can serve in particular ways only. Because I'm conditioned by my social situation, by my karma, by my other things in the past, everything. But none of these things are going to stop me from rendering the supreme service to Krishna. So when both of them get to serve Krishna, they're yayatma suprasiddhati, very happy. But somebody will say, oh, these are very nicely spoken by Maharaj, very idealistic Maharaj, but real life is not at all like that. It's not so easy as you talk. True, nothing is easy in this material world. Even when Krishna came here, it was not easy for him. It was not easy for him also. He was also accused. He was also put into a difficult situation. Satyajit told that you are the one who has stolen the Shamantaka money from my brother and killed him. You're a greedy man. And Krishna said, oh, really? Okay. I'll prove the necessary thing. He did it and he gave back and keep your Shamantaka money. And it was very insulting for Satyajit that he gave Satyabhama his daughter in marriage. Well, this happened in Krishna's life, in this world. So it's not easy, definitely. But we can't change the principles because some detail is not easy to perform. The principle is the same, you see. So it's mentioned that, I don't know whether it's true, but I heard that Mirabai went to meet Rupa Goswami. And Rupa Goswami said that I am a pronounced sannyasi. I don't come see any female. So she sent word back that there is only one male. Everybody is female. I think you know this. And he is known to have, I don't know whether it's true, but the saying goes that he therefore decided to meet. So amongst great devotees of the Lord, they have this proper understanding how to see things in this material world in relationship to Krishna. And therefore how to remain in the proper position. That is what is being said here. Right? You are the only Purusha. And therefore the husband of everybody. This is the meaning of husband as per Bhagavatam. There is only one husband. Jai! Everybody is going to be very happy if they are devotees. If they are not devotees outside, what did he say? I have many husbands. That's what I like to do. I was always thinking that it should be that way. And you tell there's only one husband. Very bad. But it means something completely different in understanding. So, these addresses are so pregnant and packed with so much of understanding. These prayers are coming from these devotees after very deep understanding of life with experience. So when she says, He alone who is never afraid, but who on the contrary gives complete shelter to all fearful persons can actually become a husband and protector. Such a person, there is nobody like that. One who is never afraid. It's not like that. Only you are like that. Therefore, my Lord, you are the only husband. And no one else can claim this position. If you were not the only husband, you would be afraid of others, which you are not. Therefore, persons learned in all Vedic literature accept only your lordship as everyone's master, and they think no one else a better husband and protector than you. This is why Krishna married 16,000 queens in Bhaumasura's palace, because they said this to him. You are our only husband. Bhaumasura is gone now. See what? How can he be my husband? He's gone. Finished. He's dead. Just like it's mentioned here. Prabhupada is saying, it'll be finished. Now, who else will protect us? Only you can protect us. You have to marry us. Krishna married 16,000 queens. Why? Because he is the only husband. He is the only husband. Why only 16,000? The entire population is married to him. Mama ivam sa jiva loke jiva bhuta sanatanaha. They all belong to me. They all belong to me. So this is our understanding in the Bhagavatam. That we are all worshipping one master. And he is everything for everybody. He is the wife, he is the husband, he is the protector, he is the Lord, he is the worshipful deity. This is mentioned by Vidura to Yudhishthira. That person who is your cousin, you think, is actually so many things to you. Because he is the only protector. So this is how we understand and get security. Real insurance is understanding our relationship with Krishna. Then we are insured. You don't need LIC, you don't need max life insurance, you don't need that, this and that, everything. People lack understanding of how they should depend on Krishna, because he is the only one who can provide protection. Aham tvam sarvapapebhyo mokshayisyami ma suchaha. Don't be afraid. I'll protect you. He's declared this openly. So we should all take Krishna insurance, not any other insurance. And you don't have to pay anything much also. You just have to render devotional service, which is very natural for you. Very natural for you. So in this way, we should personally accept Krishna as our only protector. I don't know anybody else, is the statement Lord Chaitanya made in the Sikshashtakam. In the last verse, Matprana natastu saeva na para. I don't have anybody else but you to depend on. So you can kick me, you can hit me, you can embrace me, you can do what you want. Whatever you do, I have only you. This is surrender. When a spirit soul surrenders to Krishna, then that is when his real life begins. That's when his real life begins. In reading the Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada's life history, you will see that. You see a life of surrender to Krishna, completely dependent on Krishna. That's what is being spoken about here. Om Tat Sat. Jai Srila Prabhupada ki, Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki. Any question or comment? Are there? Prabhupada commented on that. The question here is for those who are online, that if you are in a female body, that means it is easier to surrender to Krishna. If you are in a male body, you tend to think I am the Purusha, I am the this, I am that, everything. And having another Purusha that you have to surrender to may be challenging. Prabhupada said that in all these big religious programs, it's always the women who come mostly. They find it naturally easy to accept Krishna. And there is an instance, I think I told you the story long back. Vyasadeva saying to the rishis and munis who come to ask him, what is the best thing in Kali Yuga? And Vyasadeva is taking his bath or something like that. And he's dipping. And by the time they start talking, he tells, I know what you come for. And he says, the best age is Kali Yuga. Then he dips inside. And he says, the best way to approach the Lord is in the body of a woman. Most successful, easily. And he dips and he says again, I think about the holy name. In that he names that in a woman's body, it is easy for you to surrender to Krishna. Something like that. It's easier for bhakti or something like that. So there are advantages, no doubt. That's Krishna's statement also in Bhagavad Gita. If you look at the statements in a different perspective, if you look at it in the terms of material life and everything, you will lose it. Striyo Vaishyas Tata Shudras Yayanti Param Gatim. He's saying in Bhagavad Gita that there is no specific disadvantage for anybody if they take up Krishna consciousness. And since, like it's mentioned in this verse, you are the only husband. A woman seeks a husband who can protect her Krishna consciousness and give her opportunities for seva so that they can go back to Godhead. That if they execute properly, then they have a very advantageous position also. But in Kali Yuga, all sorts of things happen. It's not always that the husband is able to understand things, and from both sides, people tend to become very immature and intolerant, and their patience, everything is a little low. So those things sort of become very challenging. That's why we should read Bhagavat very deeply. And a broader perspective opens up. And we can be more secure by understanding the larger perspective. Any other comment or question? Not as per Vedic custom. Prabhupada repeatedly says that that a woman must always be under the shelter of man. But in Kali Yuga, all sorts of things happen. The man does not want to marry. Also, man has become more like woman, woman become more like man, like that and all that. It's all Kali Yuga. I don't know. Somebody was telling me, no, it is not man, woman, it is how much percentage of man, how much percentage of woman. How much of feminine gender is there, percentage. How much of male gender is there. That is how it is, very fluid. Kali Yuga. Yeah. Anyway, we should chant Hare Krishna. We should just know that we are spirit souls and we should chant Hare Krishna. That's all. And try to serve Krishna to our best. We cannot sit and make all these things perfect. These things will keep happening. We should not lose time and opportunity. We should fill it up with Krishna consciousness and get the hell out of here. But who cares whether you're man or woman or, something in between also. We don't know. I am spirit soul. I am a part and parcel of Krishna. That we should strongly practice. That's all. Om Tat Sat. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki